Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday, which means it's time for a review show special. Now, this is where I take a deep dive into a particular subject, particular production company, a particular creator, and I talk very in depth about a product or products from that company. And today we're going to do another TCC review show special. Now, TCC have been bringing out a metric ton of products over the last few months, and I think this is probably about the 6th or the 7th TCC review show special I've done, just because it's a lot easier to kind of take their stuff in batches of 3 or 4 at a time. And today on this particular review show special, I'm going to be looking at 4 new TCC items that you can get directly from the TCC website. Some of their stuff does get wholesaled, others don't, but you can definitely get most of it from TCC direct. There's a mixed bag here. There's some really, really awesome stuff. I find that with TCC, I think that they put 100% into every single product that they actually produce. I think they genuinely care about everything they bring out. But I think some of the products they bring out aren't as good as others, and I think that the quantity that they bring out, that's always going to happen. But you can see that they've tried with everything. With that being said, the first product we're going to be looking at is phenomenal, and as long as you perform in an environment where this is actually practical, this is going to be amazing. If you're intrigued, we're going to start off with the first review. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is Before Matrix. Now, this is Before Matrix by Jeffrey Wang. And this is basically a specially created deck of cards that will allow you to produce 4 coins from a deck. It'll allow you to basically produce 4 coins. Now, there have been lots of other decks of cards that are designed to produce coins. Nick Einhorn had a really nice one that he produced along with Prop Dog, where you spread the deck out on the table, and when you lifted the spread up, there were 4 coins. That was quite good. That was really good, actually. Obviously, Alakazam have bought out Rob Bromley's coin deck. That's a kind of a different thing because it produces 1 coin in the middle of the deck. So that's very, very different to this. You know, there's been ways of actually doing things like this with sleight of hand for years. I've published a couple of ways of actually doing something like this on the Netrix over the last 3 years. And, you know, I remember, I can't remember who created it, but I remember when I first got into Magic, having a deck of cards where there were like semicircles punched all the way through the cards, and you had the coins in there, and you'd have to take them off as you took the card off. All of those methods are very, very different to this. This is very low tech in terms of how it's done, but what's nice about this is this looks like a normal deck of cards. I've actually got this set up to be able to do the coin production, so even when it's set up, you can spread the cards on the table, you can do a fan, you can show it, and yet whenever you want to, you can go into the 4 of a kind production. I do love the fact that you produce the 4 aces, and then after the 4 aces, you also then go on to produce the 4 coins. Now, if you've not seen this performed, I actually did this to Jack recently. So this is a performance to Jack. Let's have a look at this performance, and then I'll give you the pros and cons.
You want to see a coin trick?
It's a very weird coin trick.
Well, it's not. It's a card trick. But do you want to see a card trick?
Sure.
Do you know how many cards are in a deck of cards? You should know now. You've worked
52.
in 52 cards.
52 possibilities.
Thank you. Say it with me. I'm going to try and cut to the 4 aces because that's what magicians do. They cut to the 4 aces. But watch. I want to show you. You see, I've got very sensitive fingers, and I know if I just, without even looking, watch, I'm not going to look. I'm just going to go right there. I can get, boom, the ace of clubs. That's 1 ace. Are you impressed? You should be. That's very, very difficult to do. But we're going to do this again. Watch. We've got 1 ace. Let me see if I can do it again. Watch. If I just cut in the right place, that's the 2nd ace. That's the 3rd ace, and right there, that's the 4th ace. I've managed to cut to the 1, 2, 3, 4 aces. Are you impressed?
You got the 2 jokes as well.
Yeah, but are you impressed about the aces?
That's pretty good.
Would you prefer a coin trick?
Is it a coin trick? I don't
Well,
know.
if it was a coin trick, then I would need 1, 2, 3, 4 coins, and then I've got the 4 coins, I've got the 4 cards, and I can start the trick.
That wasn't the trick.
Oh no, that was just me finding the coins in the cards. Let's do a trick. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. Do you see the 4 coins there?
Yep.
Do you see the 4 cards?
Yep.
This one here is the leader coin. I'm going to cover each one of these coins one at a time. I'm going to try and make them jump to join the leader coin. Now, to be clear, this one over here is the leader coin. and that's where the coins are going to end up. Look, the first one looks like this. If I take this one and just do that, that one jumps up there. Now you might have missed it, most people do, so we'll do it again with this one here. If I do that, that one jumps, that's number 3, and the last one goes like that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, there you go. That's a trick with 4 coins, 4 cards.
Wow.
I know.
So that is before Matrix, and that's exactly what it looks like. I love the fact that you've got this really cool ace cutting routine that goes on there. I love the fact that you cut to the first ace, then you cut to the other aces. That in itself looks very, very good. But then you've got this wonderful moment where you then pick up the cards and the coins are just sitting there on the mat and you're really ready to go into a coin routine. It's very easy to do. The tutorial's about 20 minutes long. There's no live performance, but there is a studio performance. But the routine is about 20 minutes. The tutorial is about 20 minutes long. Jeffrey Wang, who creates this, very, very good at explaining everything. There's not really anything difficult in terms of moves. He goes through how to set the deck up. It's kind of a one-time setup because the deck automatically resets itself, really. But he goes through how to set the deck up and then goes through how to do the routine. What you just saw is what happens every single time. You produce the 4 aces and then you produce the 4 coins. Now, there's a bonus routine that we'll talk about in a second, but let's go through the pros and the cons. So first of all, the pro is it's probably the best way that I've ever seen to produce 4 coins on using a deck of cards. I think it's better than the Nick Einhorn version. It's better than anything I've ever seen with sleight of hand. I think this is a very clever way of making 4 coins appear. It's also very easy to do. There's no angle issues to speak of. You're not even technically palming the coins. You're left with not a regular deck of cards, but you can show it very cleanly. In fact, I didn't do this in the performance, but you can spread the deck face down. You can spring them from hand to hand. After you've produced the coins, it looks like the deck is perfectly normal. The reset is seconds because you just put the cards back together, and then when you want to go into it again, you just need to put the coins back in the deck and you reset ready to go again. You can take out the aces and then go into any coin routine you want to go into, like a matrix, for example, or you can go into a coins across and you can go straight into any other routine. So from a transitioning point of view, it's great. Things that you need to be aware of. So first of all, you are going to need a close-up pad. This is not something that you can do in any other situation other than on a close-up pad. This is designed for people that use a close-up pad. So for a formal show, for a formal close-up show, for a parlor show, for somebody who works behind the bar, or somebody who does sort of table hopping. When I used to do table hopping back in the day, in restaurants on a very regular basis, I always used to take a close-up pad with me and I'd put it down on the table and then I'd go into the routine. If you have a close-up pad, then this is a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. If you can perform in an environment where you've got a close-up pad, this is great. If you do wedding fairs, a lot of the time with a wedding fair, you're going to have a close-up pad. You can do this at a wedding fair and it's going to look amazing. Trade shows, absolutely the same. Bar magicians, any time that you've got a formal close-up pad. If I was still doing virtual shows on a regular basis, this would go straight into my virtual show act because, again, it's very, very strong, looks great on camera. But that is kind of a drawback in that you have to have a close-up pad. Secondly, the deck really can't be examined and it can't be used for anything else. You can take the aces out of it, but you can't really do anything else with that deck. So you want to bear that in mind as well. This is literally something that you're going to carry around to do a production of 4 coins. Now, when you think about how many 4 coin productions there are, where you can literally just start up with 4 coins in your pocket, finger palm them, and you're good to go, you have to consider whether carrying a full deck of cards around to do this is worth the pocket space that you need to be able to do this. That's a choice that you have to make, but it's something to bear in mind. If you want to learn coin magic, this is a great routine to do because, like I say, it is completely self-working. You're not even needing to palm the coins, and yet the coins are appearing. And people don't even think of it as a coin trick. They think of it as a card trick because you're bringing out a deck of cards, you're showing cards, you're producing the aces, and it only becomes a coin trick when the coins have appeared. I personally think this is great. I'm definitely going to use this. This is definitely the best 4 coin production from a deck I've ever seen. I'm going to give this 100%. I love it. This is TCC. TCC at their best. The cards are well made, they're professionally cut, they've not been hacked at, so that, you know, they're going to last as long as a deck of cards will. It gets 100% from me. It's very good. Now let's move on with the next review. Okay, so the next routine that I'm going to be talking about is, or the next product I'm going to be talking about is the marked billet. And I think I can be very open as to what you're getting here, because TCC have been very open in their advertisements of this. What you're going to get, I don't want you to see the tutorial link, but you're going to get, I think there's 30. I think there's 30 packs. So you're going to get 30 packs of, let me take one of them out. You're going to get 30 packs of billets. Now, every time you use one of these, you're going to destroy them. So this is something that if you like it, you're going to have to keep buying. But you're going to get 30 packs of billets. Now, what you actually have here is the 6 billets in each pack, and they all come individually wrapped, as you can see. So they all come individually wrapped. When you open them, the 6 billets, and they're marked. And they're marked in a very clever way. So immediate, and they're marked on the same way on both sides. So I can immediately see that is number 1, that is number 2, that is number 3, that is number 4, that is number 5, and that is number 6. I can see that immediately. So because of these marked billets, and they're marked on both sides, any time that you're wanting to do a trick where you're having you need to know what things are marked. Like, let's say you're doing a trick with a business card, and normally you'd mark your business card somehow. You can literally bring out a stack of billets, and you can be gone. You can go into it straight away. The marking system is amazing. It doesn't matter whether they're right on this side of the card or this side of the card. I can see it a mile off. My eyes are very bad. I can typically only read Phil Smith markings, but these can be seen from a distance. They're probably not quite as good as like an Eclipse through the 1914, but they're very, very, very close. Now, I'm going to show you a performance of something you can do with this in a second, but honestly, I think the best use of this is if you're doing a sneak thief type routine. And if you want my opinion, I think these are absolutely perfect for Andy Nyman's Magician's Graphology. Now, if you don't know what Magician's Graphology is, basically, it's one of my favourite mentalism tricks of all time, and I've done it for years with business cards, but these are so much better. Basically, what happens is you'd have like 4 or 5 people, up to 6, because you can have 6 people with these. You'd give each one of them a billet. You give each one of them a piece of card, and you'd have them draw something very, very simple, or you know, basically just do a very simple drawing. You'd be looking away, you'd be talking to the audience, you then get somebody else to take them, back off everybody, mix them up, and you put them down on the table, and you take them one at a time, and you look at the drawing, and you basically just tell them who did what drawing, and it's quite an amusing routine. You can go, tree, okay, so this person is very sturdy. It's the sort of person that really is kind of in touch with the, you know, whatever you want to say, and it becomes really great. And then the final one you can do a drawing duplication with. So the final one, you go, well, it's not very impressive. The last one was yours. But I'll try and do something, and then you do a drawing duplication. Now, the reason I bring this up is there's a very clever way of doing like a sneak thief type routine using these billets on the actual project. So the tutorial runs about 45 minutes, and there's a couple of live performances. Not all of them are live. There's about 7 different things taught. Some very clever stuff. Not everything's taught. Not everything has a live performance. Some of the things do. The final routine on the project does have a live performance, and it's effectively a little bit like a sneak thief routine. It's a little bit like Magician's Graphology, but what you actually have is it's kind of being given an up-to-date modern twist, because you're using mobile phones or cell phones. So what happens is you get like 4 or 5 people to take out their phones and put them somewhere where you can't see them, like cover them up underneath a bag, or something like that. You get them to cover them up and put them under a bag, or put them under a coat, or you could bring a bag out of your pocket and have somebody put all of the phones in the bag. So there's all of these phones in a bag, and you give each person a billet, and you tell them to write their phone number down on the billet. So everybody writes their phone number down on a billet, and you get somebody else to open their phone, and you get them to take all of the billets back, mix them up, and one at a time ring the phone. So when they ring the phone, you hear a ringtone. And what you do is, based on how that ringtone sounds, you're going to tell the person who owns that, you're going to work out who actually that phone belongs to, if that kind of makes sense. So you're taking these, so this person's taking these phone numbers one at a time, ringing them, you're listening to the ringtone, and you're telling them who that ringtone belongs to, which is a really interesting premise. Never seen anything like this before. Very, very funny as well. It's got a lot of possibilities. And then for the final person, you say, well, obviously it's going to be easy for me to know that it's your phone, but I tell you what I'm going to try and do. And you say to the person, can you look at the final phone number? Can you type it into your phone, but leave the last 4 digits off? And I want you to concentrate on the last 4 digits, and you tell the person the final 4 digits of their phone number, so that then when they hit send, it rings their phone, and that's the final phone that rings. That is a great routine. It would work in Parlour, it would work in Stage, it would work close up. That's a big routine that you could literally take 10 or 15 minutes to do, and literally all you need is some billets, some pens, and that's it, and you're good to go. I love that routine. I think that's very, very smart. There's other stuff on the project as well. And one of the ideas, I'm going to show you a performance of a similar sort of thing to one of the things they suggested. They suggested that you could do ESP style routines with these billets, which you can. And it's really cool that you can actually do ESP style routines with these. So you can actually take out 2 packets of billets and get them to draw stars and shapes and things on there. And you can do an ESP matchup type thing, a jazz ESP matchup. Now, what I did is I realized that you could actually have somebody do drawings and have somebody do a different drawing 5 times and still be able to do an ESP matchup routine. So I'm going to show you a performance of this. This uses the TCC Billets. You're going to see that I'm creating a crib on the fly because I'm writing down all the different drawings that Jack's doing, and that's actually creating a crib for me. Now I don't need to use that crib because of how the billets work, and because the marking system works the same on both sides with both sets of billets. I don't really need to use the a crib, but I just wanted to show you just how versatile this system is. So I'm going to show you this. This is kind of like a imagine being able to do this just impromptu anywhere. You've just got like 2 sets of billets in your wallet, and you're able to do this anytime, anywhere. This is a phenomenal idea. Let's have a look at this.
Lindsay, are you any good at art?
No.
Okay, then this is going to be amusing for all of us. I have some little pieces of card here. We've got 10 altogether. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're going to divide them into 2 piles of 5. What I want you to do is take this Sharpie marker here, the black one, and I want you to draw on there inside the box. Just, it doesn't matter whether I see it. Draw an image.
Can be anything.
Give me just a very simple drawing of anything.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
The sun.
Okay, that's cool. And draw the same thing there, but with the red pen. Try to make it as close as possible to the back one. That'd be good. Excellent. You're doing great, Jack. Now, we're going to put these over here, and we will do it again. This time, with the black pen, draw a different image.
Okay.
We've got a house. Is that a house?
Sure, why not?
It's kind of a house, isn't it?
It's a windowless house.
It's a windowless
With
house.
the wonky roof.
We're wonky.
It's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Do the same there with the red pen.
Get the wonky roof right.
God help me. Right, okay. Do a third image. What you got?
The black pen.
Is that Matt?
Yes.
I thought so. He had a baseball cap. He's just, I've been doing this too long. I really have. Go on. Do Matt again. The fact that I knew it was Matt just by looking at the worst picture of a stick man I've ever seen in my
The
life.
grumpy face was a clue as well.
Yeah, well, the grumpy face. Well, he's unhappy, isn't he, at the moment?
He's always unhappy.
Yeah, but he's especially unhappy at the moment because he's just come back late from a gig. Very good. So we got Grumpy Matt. We got the Sun. We got Grumpy Matt.
A house.
A house.
With a dog live.
Yeah, give me another one of those. Yeah, give me that one as well. Let me just keep track of what you're doing. So we've got the Sun. We've got Grumpy Matt. We'll just call him Matt. We've got a house.
With a house.
There we go. So let's go for a fourth image. What do you want?
Okay.
Don't worry, take your time.
Never mind.
Let's get those YouTube views. Monetization happens in 10 minutes. What's the hell?
It's a
That could either be a pizza, it could be the moon, or it could be a teenager's face. Like, which one is it?
The moon.
The moon.
Yes.
The fact that I think that's quite impressive that I even had moon as one of my guesses.
I would not have thought moon.
Say cookie as well.
Could have gone with cookie. Could have gone with cookie.
Oh my god.
Could have made it like a crescent moon.
It's just right, moon there. How can we forget that one? There we go, moon.
Oh god, he's even going on.
And the last one. What you got?
Oh god.
Because I've got to say, one thing that people are learning about you, Jack, is your artistic ability is completely unparalleled. Is it worrying that we get him to do a lot of the thumbnails and the design
Graphics.
work and graphics and stuff?
It's a hat.
I'm glad you said that, because I wouldn't have got that hat from that. Would you have got a hat from that? Like,
No.
I was looking at it, I was like, I'm not even going to be able to guess on this one. Like, a hat?
Yes.
Can you see hat there? I suppose, no, I can't. I'm trying to justify that, but I can't see
I
hat.
said I was good.
I'll write down hat here so we know what.
Next time we have Michael to this.
I'm no better at drawing.
Oh, so there you go then. Yeah.
I love the, not only are you showing your artistic ability, you're also showing how incredible you are at colouring in.
Thank you.
You know, you went for the whole colouring in approach, and I think you nailed it, Jack, like 100%.
Truly kept it inside the lines.
Honestly, professional artist. So we've got the sun, we've got Matt, we've got a house, we've got the moon, and we've got a hat.
Yes. Is this actually a magic trick?
It really is. It really is, believe it or not. This has been the build-up. This is mentalism. It takes forever, because don't forget,
You're a mentalist.
I'm a mentalist now. So we've got. So do you want the do you want the red or the black images? I'm going to call them drawings. Well, the works of art. Do you want the red
I'll
ones?
have the red.
Okay, you have the red. Turn them face down and mix them up as much as you want to. And I'm going to try and predict what you're going to do here. And I'm always going to go first. So I'm going to put that there. I don't know if I'm right, but I think I'm going to put that there. You can go through if you want to and look at them and make a conscious choice, or you can put one down at random. I'm going to put one there. It's completely up to you which one.
Okay.
You got it? You
Yep.
sure? You change your mind? Are you happy?
I'm good.
Okay, making another prediction. You sure?
Yep. What is this trick?
Okay, we'll try that one. And again, you can do it at random or you can do subconsciously. Okay. So that leaves us with two left. Mix them up as much as you want to, and then hold them in the fingertips of each hand, like this. Are you sure? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So you chose that one in your right hand, and you chose that one in your left hand, yeah?
Yep.
And I held these from the very beginning. You made all of the choices, right? You did all the drawings, you did everything. The one in your right hand, I'm going to turn over mine in my right hand. You're going to turn yours in your right hand over on the count of three together.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's that?
What? It's a perfect match. The one in the left hand together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's
a
Matt.
perfect match. It's crazy. Can you do me a favour? Just take these and hold them. Don't let them go. Hold them tightly. And what I want you to do, you made all the decisions, right? Like all the way through. Yeah?
Yep.
Let's turn over the top card first of all.
It's the sun.
Let's turn over the next one.
What
The
the?
cookie. And the last one. And we were able to match every single one of your drawings. And to mark this wonderful moment, I will let you keep everything as a magical souvenir.
Okay, so what do I think of these? I think these are absolutely amazing. I hope that TCC continue to produce them, because I'm 100% going to be carrying these around with me. As an everyday carry, this is brilliant. You take one of these billet sets, as I say, they're all individually wrapped. Which is perfect. So, you know, they've even gone to the trouble of having them all individually wrapped. So you just throw a couple of sets of these into a wallet, into a credit card slot, doesn't take up much space. And you could do like 2 or 3 killer mentalism routines with that and a pen. You're good to go. This is a great EDC. And I can see a lot of people wanting to buy more of these and more of these and more of these, because they're going to get through them, and they're priced at a price that makes them very, very affordable, so you can continue to buy them. I know a lot of TCC stuff, once they've sold, they're sold and you can't get them back in. I really hope TCC continue to produce these, because this is great. I'm giving this 100%. It gets my highest recommendation. And if you're into mentalism and you want to do something that's a little bit different, absolutely go for the marked billet system by TCC. So after 2 good products by TCC, 2 really good products, unfortunately, we're bringing it down a little bit now, because this next one, I'm not too keen on, to be perfectly honest. I'm really not too keen on at all. So I did a performance to this to Ryland and Jack. I'm not going to say anything. I just want you to have a look at the performance. You're going to see kind of what this is all about. And after the performance, we'll talk about what I think.
So, I have 2 dice. I have a silver dice, Jack.
Yep.
And I also, as well as having the silver dice, I have a gold dice. Do you see the 2 dice there, Jack?
Yep. No bronze dice.
No, just 2, just a gold and a silver. Okay. Now, Jack, if I reach in and I take out the silver dice,
Yep.
I'm going to put the silver dice in my pocket. What does that leave us over here?
The gold.
No, the silver.
And the silver. You gotta watch this, Jack. It's called the 2 dice trick. Did I forget to tell you the name of the trick? I'll make it a little bit easier. I'll do it with the gold dice. I'll take the gold dice and I'll put the gold dice into my pocket. Now you saw me put it in my pocket. Jack, what does that leave over here?
2 of them.
Yes, because it's the 2 dice trick, Jack. You gotta remember the name of the trick, buddy. It's the 2 dice trick. Now I'll keep doing this over and over again until you like it. Look, I'm gonna go really, really slowly. You see the silver going onto the table. You see it going into my pocket. All I have to do is snap my fingers, and then what happens is it comes back. Like, honestly, at this point, I'm confusing myself. So let me go really, 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 really slowly. Do you see the 2 dice, yes?
Yeah.
Ryling always gets confused at this. He never gets it right. Look, there's the gold dice. It goes into the pocket. If the gold dice goes into my pocket, what does that leave over here?
2 silver dice.
No, it's a golden... Oh, 2 silver dice. Yes, okay.
Let's go!
It is 2 silver dice. That's impressive. I don't even know how we got 2 silver dice. The thing is...
Guess. Just guess.
If I put the silver dice over here, and this silver dice over here, and I squeeze over here, and I squeeze over here, this dice actually jumps over here to join that dice. Did you miss that? Let me do it again. That dice goes over here, this dice goes
How do I
over
get
here.
fooled by that?
If I do like that over there, now you get 2 dice. I'll do it one more time. Look, if I put this one in my pocket, and I put that one in my hand, how many dice are in my hand?
1.
0.
Should we do a different trick, Jack? Should we do it?
Yes!
Okay, so the trick is called the hopping dice, and it's based on the hopping halves, obviously, which is a classic dealer item that has been around for years and years and years. Hopping halves is a great trick. It's a fantastic trick. And what they've done here, to TCC's credit, I should add, because one thing that I really love about TCC is they're always taking classics of Magic and reimagining them and re-updating them and kind of making them bigger and better and improving them in various different ways. And I applaud them for their thinking here, because their thinking is sound. Taking a classic like hopping halves and instead of using coins, using dice, I think that is a very clever idea. Unfortunately, I don't think it works too well for a few different reasons. So first of all, the dice are metal. I don't think anybody has ever seen a metal dice before. I've never seen a metal dice. The dice just scream gimmick. As soon as you see the dice, it looks like the sort of dice that you would that you would get in a magic trick. simply because it is the sort of die that you would get in a magic trick. But also, I don't think that there's, outside of maybe dice collectors, maybe, I don't think anybody uses a metal die. That's the first thing to consider. Second of all, obviously you've got shells with this. I'm not really giving anything away. Anybody who knows hopping halves, it's a similar sort of thing. So you get 4 dice here. You get 2 gold dice, 2 silver dice, 2 silver shells, 2 gold shells, and 1 shell is slightly bigger than the other one. So you can put a shell and a shell on a dice, and you can kind of have the shells in opposite directions, so they're not going to stick inside each other. And so what you effectively have is you have these 2 dice, as you just saw in the routine, and you can take one and it keeps coming back, take one, keep coming back. You're not going to have that moment where the dice disappears at the end unless you use sleight of hand like I did, because the dice aren't set up to do the same thing as the coins, in that it's not really a sun and moon coin. It, like hopping halves, is based on the sun and moon coin. That's not what you have here. So there's certain elements of the original hopping halves routine that you can't do. But in effect, you can make the die keep coming back into your hand over and over again, and that's it. Now, there are other things that you can do on the project. There are other routines. It's a short tutorial. I think it's about 20 odd minutes, but they cram a few things into there. So they've got this routine with the purse, where you open up the purse and you take out a die. You take out 2 dice actually, and it vanishes and it appears in there. You've got another one where the die changes colour. It goes from silver to gold, and that uses one of the shells, and that looks quite visual. The problem is as well, it's almost very, very difficult, especially in sort of lower light conditions. It's very difficult to see the difference between the silver and the gold die. They kind of look the same sort of thing. So that's something that you kind of need to bear in mind as well. But they're not locking or anything like that. They're very loose fitting, and handling's kind of they're very difficult to handle. And I've been playing around with them for about a week before I filmed this video, and before I did the performance, I've been playing with them for about a week. But I just find them a little bit unnatural. It's not that it's a bad product. I don't want people to think it's a bad product. It's not. The dice are very well made. The shells are very well made. They're going to last. I just think kind of they've reinvented something here that didn't need reinventing. I don't think we needed a shell for a die. I don't think that's anything that we did need. I think that's something that we could have done without. And I think that there's no advantages. I think that when you improve something, you've got to have definite advantages over the original. And I can't see any advantages over the original with a die. It just weakens the effect a little bit. But again, that's just my opinion. But I'm not a big fan of this routine. I'm going to give it 40%. I'm never going to do it. I don't think many people will. Unfortunately, I think this is one of the things that you would buy it and it would immediately go into your bottom drawer and stay there for a long time until you throw it away. But, you know, I might be wrong. You know, one man's treasure is another man's trash. There might be somebody out there that's been dying to do a hopping halves routine with the dice, and now they can. There might be somebody out there that does a dice-themed act. Although, to be honest, if you do a dice-themed act and you want something interesting that you can use to do in your dice-themed act, I would stick around, because the final thing I'm going to be looking at from TCC on this video is another dice trick, but this one is a million times better. Let's have a look at that one. Okay, so the final trick that we're going to be looking at today is we are going to be looking at X Dice. X Dice by TCC Magic. Now, what is X Dice? Well, X Dice basically is a set of dice that will allow you to do a bunch of different stuff. On the tutorial, they teach 2 or 3 different ways of doing a 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket style routine, kind of like gadabout coins, but with dice. But there's a lot you can do with this. There's a lot more you can do with this than what you are just getting on the tutorial. And I love the fact that these look like real dice. Let's have a look at performance that I did to Jack, and then after the performance, we'll talk about what we think.
And this is called X Dice. And do you know what an X Dice is?
The dice that got an X.
No, it's an invisible dice. There's 1, 2, 3 of them. I'll stack them up. Do you want to have a look at them and check them out, make sure they're okay? No, Jack, the dice are there. You just picked up nothing. It's okay. Have a look at them, check. Oh, there you go. Remember to change hands after 50. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Good? Yeah, good. I'm going to put the dice there. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. That's dice number 1, dice number 2, dice number 3. Which one would you like me to use first?
Number 1.
That what you mean? This one right here?
That would be the one.
Yeah, this one. That one came from there. This one's 2. This one's 3. That one comes from there, and that one comes from there. That's 1, 2, 3 dice. Would you like to examine them again, Jack? Because I think you think I was joking, but I wasn't.
6s. Damn it.
Nice try, but look, 1, 2, 3 dice. I'm going to show you something absolutely amazing. Look, 1 dice goes in the hand, that's 1. 1 dice goes in the hand, that's 2. This dice goes in the pocket.
Yep.
So you know, if I can get it in my pocket, there we go. So you know there's 2 dice in the hand, 1 in the pocket, until I squeeze. When I squeeze, you get 1, 2, 3. And the reason that happens is because of this dice right here. This is the magic dice. This one always comes back to join the other 2. Let me show you again. 1 goes in the hand, 1 goes in the hand, that's 2 in the hand, 1 over here in the pocket. I put it in the pocket. All I have to do is squeeze over here, and when I do, the first one's there, the second one's there, but that magic dice comes back.
What?
It's kind of weird, right? Look, let me do it again. 1 in the hand.
In the hand.
Just 1. 1 in the hand. Just 2, right?
Yep.
2. 1 in the pocket. Okay? All I have to do is squeeze. And when I do, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
There's a kick on my burger.
Which it's magic. So you can't keep doing this too many times, though. Do you know why?
Will it break?
Well, let me show you. If you do it too many times, let me show you what happens. See, I've done it about 3 times now. If I do it another time, we're going to have problems. So if I put 2 in my hand and I put 1 in my pocket, we know that there's 2 in my hand. Now, if I squeeze, what's going to happen? It's going to come back. But when it comes back, it's going to go completely wrong and go about 20 times more. Look at the size of that. That's just ridiculous. Look at it compared to this one. It's ridiculous.
It's made for Kevin Hart. Look how small that is. Joke on that.
There you go. But if you try and do it again, it gets even stranger.
Can't get smaller.
It can. That's what she said. Let me show you what happens. You put 1 in the hand,
Yep.
a normal sized one. You put 1 in the hand, a teeny one.
The teeny one.
This one goes into the pocket. All you have to do is wait a second and squeeze. And you've still got the teeny one. You've still got the normal sized one. But this one ends up
What the?
a heck of a lot bigger. And I don't understand that. If you figure it out, can you let me know? Because honestly, it's confusing me.
Okay, so there's a few things I really like about this. The first thing I really like is the props. These look like real dice because they are real dice, right? They look real. They are the sort of dice that the general public would be accustomed with. But I also love the fact that the 1 is a slightly different 1 to a normal die, and the 4 is red, slightly different to a normal die. That just makes them stand out. I also love the fact that the big die, I don't know about the little die, I didn't check, but no, the big die is also exactly the same with the 1 and the 4, so it's kind of in unison. But you get 4 die, you get 4 regular sized dice, you get 1 big dice, you get this little dice. Now, I should point out that you actually get, because when I first saw this little dice, I was like, that's a really cool idea, but you are going to lose that. I know you're going to lose that. And lo and behold, when I opened up the packaging, you get a lot of little dice. So that if you do lose it, you've got spares, which is really cool. So you've got spares, and this all goes inside this box, and it stays there, and it's all nice and safe, so that when you want to use it, you can. And it's got space for everything, as you can see. So that's what you get with X Dice. I really like this. I really like this. The routine that you saw, the 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket, that's literally just scratching the surface of what is possible with this set of dice. I think that people can relate to dice. I think that lay people absolutely, definitely can. They all know what a dice is. They've probably played them with board games, which is one of my bugbears, one of my issues with the previous one, hopping dice. They don't look like real dice. This does. So it sets in there, and it's all, keeps it nice and safe. Job done. The routine that you saw is easy to do. It's well explained on the tutorial. The tutorial is very good, as you would expect from TCC. No live performances, as you would expect from TCC. Drives me up the wall. I'm sick to death of this. But no live performances. However, what you do get is you get a really well-made tutorial. You get all of the dice. But honestly, I think the best thing about this is that people have all of this dice together. I've got 2 of these. I ordered 2 of them because I've got some ideas with dice, and I love the fact that everything's unison, so I can put the 2 of them together and I can come up with a whole bunch of stuff. It's great. I also love the fact that you get the final load. Yeah, there's nothing really else to say. It's a great tutorial. The dice are really good. The set is really good. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. The routines that are on the project are great for walk around. They're easy. They're great for table magic. They're great for strolling. They're great in every environment. It packs small, it plays big. If you want to do sort of a dive and 4 bulls in a net style routine, or 3 bull routine, you could do that with these absolutely fine, but just use dice instead of balls. This is great. I'm giving this 95%. This gets a very high recommendation. I'm very impressed, and yeah, I'd recommend buying it. It's called X Dice. You can get it from all good magic dealers. Okay, so there you go. That is another video in the bag. I want to say thank you very much for joining me, and congratulations to TCC, who continue to hit it out the park. Like I said, not every single one of their products is a hit, but the ones that hit, they hit, and they hit hard. And there's some amazing stuff in this review show special. So do me a favor, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, you want to see more videos like this? It's simple. You just got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. If you haven't seen the Q&A from earlier today, go and check it out because that's awesome. If you want to go and see the Talk Magic from Saturday, please do that as well. And I'm going to be back again very, very soon with another video. But thank you once again for watching. I will catch you again soon. My name's Craig from Magic TV.